Right, thank you very much for joining us. And on this topic, we're looking at how Islamic relief and the work that you do with Islamic relief does bring a sense of comfort, especially in this interesting and beautiful month, blessed month of Ramadan. Now, obviously, we've seen a lot of headlines of the cost of living, which has been spiking up, especially now with amid the tensions happening in the Middle East. From your perspective at Islamic Relief South Africa, how is the current economic pressure specifically changing the way South African families experience the month of Ramadan this year?
Well, the South African Human Rights Commission has highlighted that 63.5% of households are affected by food insecurity, with children being some of the most vulnerable. And so the scale of struggling to get access to food is deeply concerning. And there's many families across the country who are fasting and already struggling to afford basic necessities. And in these instances, Ramadan can be a time of added pressure instead of spiritual peace for them.
Mm.
And so, without intervention, many families struggle to prepare even the most basic meals for suhoor and iftar. And so, to combat this, we've identified households in rural areas, elderly caregivers, female headed households, and single parent families to ensure that those most at risk are prioritized with Ramadan food packs. And yeah, so we're working to ensure that people living below the poverty line can observe Ramadan with dignity and nourishment.
Mm, Subhanallah. And obviously, now when you talk about food insecurity during a month of fasting, this sounds a bit like a paradox. Can you quite paint for us a picture for our listeners as to what it means for a family to have nothing to open their fast during this beautiful and blessed month?
Yes, so a lot of the community members who are affected have nothing to start the day with, or end up going to bed hungry. So the Ramadan food packs that we supply to people are designed to sustain them throughout the month so that they can create meals and to be able to focus on worship instead of worrying about where their next meal will come from. And yeah, the food packs contain essential staple items like rice, lentils, cooking oil, maize meal, dates, and oats. So it's really, it makes up the foundation of a lot of nourishing meals.
Mm. And on that point of actually for it to sustain, to become a nourishing meal, can you just give us plus more or less of how does Islamic Relief then ensure that this food packs, provide a sustained nutrition for a person who's fasting?
Yes, so this is a global initiative that Islamic Relief does, and we look at the communities that we serve and the types of meals that are cooked and what's available in each region. And so that's how the food packs are designed. Um, yeah.
No, 100%. I think it goes without saying that what they say, when you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do, which is one of the points that we always deal with, especially in the month of giving. Some people might complain that, given lentils, but I don't really know how to cook lentils. I don't actually know what lentils are. And this is quite, some people might see it as being an insignificant point, but it does actually make a big difference. Sister Shannon, quickly, we would like to just take a quick, short break, inshallah. And when we return, we'll be looking more into the logistics and other points regarding the Islamic Relief South Africa and their projects all around the world, inshallah.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Ah, the kitchen, the heart of the home, where memories are made and celebrated. Our go-to place for those freshly stacked pancakes early in the morning or for that late-night snack munchies. We are in there together, cooking, eating, and celebrating life together. Let's keep the kitchen a place that is shared by everyone, where we build stronger bonds and grow together. Sunfoil, now we cooking. Visit nowwecooking.co.za for recipes that everyone can help make.
Right now, over 150 million children around the world are orphaned, facing hunger, hardship, and uncertainty. With Islamic Relief's Orphan Sponsorship Program, you can provide a child with access to education, nutritious food, essential healthcare, and a safe home. Your sponsorship is not just support, it's hope, security, and a brighter future. Be the reason an orphan child smiles again. Sponsor an orphan today with Islamic Relief.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
This Ramadan, as we prepare to break our fast, spare a thought for the millions of families around the world who have nothing on their tables. You can change that. For many, you are their hope. For just 1,590 Rand, you can provide a Ramadan food parcel to feed a family of 5 for the entire month. Help Muslim Hands continue serving humanity. Give your zakat and sadaqah at muslimhands.org.za.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Valley's Motor Spares. We supply motor spares and accessories for all makes and models of motor cars, LDVs, bakkies, trucks, and earth-moving equipment. We deliver on time, every time. Please contact us via WhatsApp on 014-592-0925 or call 014-592-0925 or visit 28 Zenderling Street, Rustenburg. Remember the name, Valley's Motor Spares.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If you are only joining us now, we're in discussion with Sister Shannon Correia of the Islamic Relief South Africa as we're speaking humanitarian aid in the beautiful month of Ramadan, alhamdulillah. Sister Shannon, before we went on break, was just speaking about the typical concept of a Ramadan food pack. Now, on that point, also, we understand very well that the logistics are not that easy, especially when it comes to working in distributing the food all around South Africa. How does your team then identify the families most in need, and what are some of your regions that you might be prioritizing this year?
Yes. So in Southern Africa so far, we've covered 52 locations in total, which includes 7 in Lesotho, which helped over 700 families. And then we've also distributed food packs to 45 locations in South Africa. So that's gone to help over 1,000 families in KZN and over 1,500 households each in the Western Cape and Gauteng. So in total to date, we've distributed approximately 4,888 food packs, which benefit around 24,400 people. So the need remains and distributions are ongoing, but we work with partners and other religious entities to facilitate the rights holders.
Very interesting. And indeed, we know that when it comes to the month of Ramadan, the concept of charity really does play a big role in there as well. Now, from your personal experience, is there any specific encounter or a family that you've met recently who has really encapsulated the why in this beautiful food drive?
Yes, I've actually been on one of the distribution drives myself, and just to see all of the people, waiting for the food and to see how appreciative they are, it really makes a difference. And one of the rights holders said, she's very thankful for receiving these food packs, and it means that the community can share and that they won't go to bed hungry. So it definitely makes a very big impact in a lot of people's lives.
Most definitely. And we hope to see more people whose lives are going to be changed through these beautiful initiatives, especially in this beautiful, blessed month. And now, on the topic of charity, how does then the Islamic Relief bridge the gap between a listener's charity that they give and the actual delivery of these food packs?
So people who donate can decide exactly where it goes, which region it goes to. You can support locally or globally, and we direct the donations to whatever you choose. Whether it's for the Ramadan food packs or one of the other emergency campaigns that we have.
Mm. And speaking about the other emergency campaigns, can you go much into detail as to what other services then would the Islamic Relief provide for people besides only the Ramadan food packs, which obviously at the moment concurrently is one of the prioritized projects because it's the month of Ramadan? Then what would be the other initiatives that Islamic Relief is busy with? And to that point, also, how can the listeners then be a part of such movements and projects in the future then?
So visiting our website at www.islamicrelief.org.za has everything that you need and all of the campaigns. So we recently released something for Lebanon based on what's just happened, and we're also encouraging people to pay their fitra and fidya in time, because then that can help us to plan the logistics of those donations and help reach families before Eid and make sure that no families are left behind by the end of this month.
No, most definitely. So that would be in under the emergency relief, if I'm correct.
Some of them are, yes. Yeah.
And in terms of now locally, what other initiatives can the listeners also look forward to being part of, inshallah?
So we have multiple local programs, and we work on sustaining livelihoods. And so there's different projects that we have. Some of those include boreholes at schools, as well as assisting with growing crops and food, and yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, it's a month of giving, the month of charity. I think many people out there, including our listeners, will be willing, inshallah, to be part of such beautiful initiatives and programs. Specifically looking at boreholes, recently I was just looking at many countries in Africa who have also been going through difficulties, versus your Sudan, Congo, etc., whereby boreholes are actually one of the main aspects that could assist communities, and this many people do not understand. Again, just like how we were speaking about the food drive, etc., if you can just more or less paint a picture for us, what would it mean for a community and not to have water? Obviously, here in Joburg, some of us had experienced a week, 2 weeks, some almost a month without water. But in those dire situations and places whereby people have not been to, like Sudan, etc., which is one of the places that has very hot climates during the year, what would it mean for a community to receive a project such as a borehole, and what would this do actually for the livelihood of the people in the communities?
Well, it can do so much in terms of improving lifestyles of quality of life, and it affects so many aspects of life, whether it's preventing diseases purely through hygiene or, just sustaining people. And it can mean the difference between kids being able to go to school or not because there aren't facilities. And yeah, I mean, water is a basic human right and something that everybody deserves to have access to.
No, most definitely. And now, lastly, inshallah, in terms of contribution from our listeners, well, let's say a person is now sitting in traffic, listening to the Salam Media show, and maybe they're at home, busy preparing the iftar for the day. What would be the easiest and quickest way for them to then contribute to the Ramadan food pack project, inshallah?
So to support the cause, the easiest way would just be on the website www.islamic-relief.org.za, and you can also follow us on social media to learn more about what we're doing and how we're doing it.
All right, most definitely. Sister Shannon, thank you very much for your time. And it's really a pleasure for us to hear more about the Islamic Relief. Most of us would only know them by seeing the signs and the picture and the beautiful boards that we see around Johannesburg and many other places. But it actually makes a much difference when you hear more about the projects which Islamic Relief is actually part of. And we really make dua and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does bless the beautiful organization from strength to strength and to benefit more people and also encourage other people to come on board to be part of such beautiful initiatives. I mean, just imagine being part of a project whereby you put up a borehole in a Saharan desert somewhere in the north or west or northeast Africa, where people are going to be using this for their livelihood and so on and so forth, inshallah. I mean, to implore people in this beautiful month of Ramadan, be among those who are going to be the givers and those who are going to be get maximum benefit in this world, in a hereafter, most definitely, inshallah. I mean, Jazakallah khairah once again to Sister Shannon for your time, and we wish you a very beautiful Ramadan, inshallah.
Shukran, and same to you.
Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Sister Shannon Correia of the Islamic Relief South Africa, taking us through the points of charity and other initiatives and projects which are led by Islamic Relief, not only on the African continent, but also in the Middle East and many other parts where we've seen people going through devastating conditions and situations, alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, we'll be going for a break right now. And after the break, inshallah ta'ala, we are diving into the topic of da'wah, inshallah ta'ala. And as we always have many different du'at and da'wah organizations who we feature on Salam Media, alhamdulillah, just to keep in mind to people that it's not a point of pledging to assist whatsoever. No, just to showcase what people are doing out there, because we've seen that many people who do the amazing work are always on the ground and never really have the spotlight upon them. So we try and make it our job to shine the spotlight and show that there are people who are doing work in certain areas, inshallah ta'ala. So let's go for a break, inshallah ta'ala, and thereafter, inshallah, we'll focus on our dawah topic of the day, inshallah.